Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pokemon Crystal, where we are playing Ecruteak City. This is turn 12, I believe. No, not turn 12. We already did turn 12. This is turn 13. Right. Let's jump into things! Okay, so, a couple things going on this turn. We have completed Thaumaturgy 2, and then I accidentally let the research go, so we completed Conjuration 1. This actually isn't going to be a bad thing for us. Actually, it made me analyze what exactly I wanted to do with my research in the near future, and I think we're going to shift gears ever so slightly. So, after that, we did some site searching. Blue Chan 1 found a magic site in Haunted Woods, an enchanted tomb. Just a Death 1 site, so nice, but not crazy. We have Dormant Pretender Gods are awakening. There's a battle in Defaros, so let's watch that real quick. This is one of our little raiding parties attacking into Cyanwood City's territory, and this is not really anything. I will say this, I had that whole big conversation about reorganizing revamping the setups of my armies in the last video, and then I did not do it with this raiding party. That has been done now. So, although in fairness, I said that all of that stuff after I had already done the turn. But we went into Faros, we lose 4 Ghastlies. That's a little unfortunate, and it's almost 100% because of this Yanma. Yanmas are the bane of my existence. I hope no one finds out. Someone will eventually. Oh, goodness gracious. But we went into Faros, so that's good. Unexpected event in Haunted Woods, so we get another assassination attempt on Blue Chan 1. Get a Ghastly, we beat it. Easy peasy. Another unexpected event in Second Forest. So new trade routes have opened in Second Forest. Province income plus 20. This is actually really nice for us. This is really nice in general, but this is very nice for us. And then we have Shambolic. Famine has struck the land. People are starving and begging in the streets, blaming their cruel masters. So we massive amount of unrest. Lose a bunch of population. Lose a little bit of gold. This is a really, really unfortunate event. That sucks. Then we have a worldwide event happening. We have an upcoming arena battle. Interesting. So we could send our god to this, but obviously if our god dies, that's incredibly risky. So we're not going to do that. This is not... The only mod in this game is the Pokemon mod. So there's no like benefit. There's no like... This isn't better arena or anything like that, so we're not going to get any great items. We could get some good items, but nothing fantastic. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably just toss someone at it, like toss one of our kimono women at it, and see how it goes. We've got a couple of things going on this turn. What's happening? So we see a bunch of red arrows, but this is mostly just us moving around. We've got a schoolgirl heading to Ecruteak City. We've got... Red Chan 1 heading to Anvast, right? So she'll get there next turn, and it'll have one more turn remaining before the fort goes up. So next turn, we're probably going to drop a temple in Anvast, so that following turn, we have both a fort and temple in Anvast. Basically, that'll be turn 15. We'll have 4 forts templed. That'll be good. We are pinging the Throne Province here in 146, Arcadus. And we are moving Kimono 4 into Dunster. So let's look at a couple of different things in detail. So we're continuing to raid over here. We're going to actually bounce back over to Mountains of Madness, because that gives us the most visibility on locations, right? We're actually going to ping Greenwoods with Kimono 5 because we don't want to move on to their capital and get scouted out or get patrolled out. And we don't want to move into Kevin and get patrolled out. Okay. We are moving Kimono 4 into Dunster with our setup, right? Hoping, legitimately hoping, that he comes at us, or that he is moving this direction to kind of like try to deal with my rating. I don't know that we win necessarily if he does come at us in Dunster. I think we do. But I'm not positive. So the other scenario being here, right, is that nom 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 the shiny Snorlax is here. So if we get his god and this force, we probably lose, right? We probably lose this army. But I think we might be able to kill a bunch of people. I don't know. I'm not sure. This is a dicey maneuver, so I don't think we're gonna get both, right? It's possible. It's possible that he moves his god here, or that he leaves his god here and he moves the forces from Kevin here. I think if we get the forces from Kevin, or we get the god, we kill either one. But if we get them both, we probably lose. But I think we potentially do enough damage to make it a worthwhile trade, right? That might not be the case. This is kind of experimental, honestly, because so like the shiny Snorlax, his god, I don't actually know what their bless is yet. So it's possible that he has like a regeneration. I think he has a regeneration bless. So it's possible he has like a regeneration bless, and he's got so much HP that we just can't kill him, and that we get slaughtered by everyone else. I don't know. It's possible that this goes really poorly for us. But if that's the case, I need to know that information, right? Like this is a good setup, I think, for us to try to figure that information out. Actually, what? Maybe I don't ping Greenwood. Maybe I hit Dunster as well. I don't know. I legitimately do not know. You know what? I think I'm gonna mix this up on the fly right here and now. I think we go for the intercept, I think, in Larian Swamps, right? I think we say, he's gonna take his land back, right? With his god, because he's supremely confident in his god. And we go there. Right? I think we ping Greenwoods. I think we move into Mountains of Madness, and then we continue to reconvene or consolidate power over here. Maybe? I don't know. I'm balking at this point, right? I'm like, I think if we go into Dunster, regardless of what happens, I think it's going to be, even if we lose, I think it's going to be a worthwhile exchange for us, because it's going to get us information, and I think we're going to kill a lot of what we go up against. But I don't want to lose the army just out and out, so I think I'm going to try to play a little safer. So we have Kimono 1 is moving from Ecruteak City into Gol Amrod. That is going to combine with what we free spawn here next turn, and that's going to give me another full stack, right? Kimono 2 is holding in Wesh and has a 36 stack already. Combining that with what we get next turn is going to be close to 50 or over 50. And I think we might try for Falm again, and then try to head for Timeless Waste. If we need to, though, we can take what we have here in Wesh, and we can start moving eastward towards Cyanwood City. So, I don't know. I don't. I feel like we do the cautious play, right? Because there's no reason to be hypey. We're raiding his lands. He's losing money. which is a problem for him. Our infrastructure is blasting. We're having a great time as far as infrastructure goes. So I feel like we don't have a reason to really try to rush it. This is the methodology here is the slow strangulation, right? It's the elf tactic, right? Which is either a 100-0 blitz or it's the starvation policy, right? So I think we keep the army intact. We make the potential guess that his god, that he wants to take his land back, right? So we go to Larian Swamps, and we see how that goes. And then we bring up next turn, right? We're going to have another army in Gol Amrod, and then we come into Dumna, and then we're going to have basically 2 full armies, depending on the situation, that we can start to hit into his lands with. I think we still attack with Kimono 5. Kimono 6 still moves up into Mountains of Madness. Okay, so anything else crazy that is going on? In Shambolic, Kimono 3 is amassing a small force. And you're going to be able to head in 2 turns, right? We'll hit Lilidor and pick up these Ghastlies, and then we'll head down to Ecruteak and pick up the next series. So it'll probably be boom, 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 maybe? And then we'll have a full posse on Kimono 3. So we're very close to that point where we're just generating so many ghosts that we're just flooding the system, right? And again, every piece of income that we get is going to go towards trying to increase that. After we finish this in Anbast, we need to get up another lab in Gol Amrod so that we have a secondary location to get mages that we need, right? Whether that's just a junior trainer boy every other turn, that type of situation, or what, I'm not sure yet. But we got to make sure that we can do some external recruitment from a place other than our capital city. But we're going to very quickly run into this situation where it's like, we don't have money. We do not have money. So this is going to be a problem. Hopefully, this exchange with Cyanwood City goes well in our favor. And yeah, a couple of interesting things this turn that we see from the political landscape, right? We have found Mahogany City's capital. We know Mahogany City is actually at war with Goldenrod City. I do not know where Goldenrod is. I think Goldenrod is likely up here. And I think that's part of the reason why we haven't seen expansion up this way, is basically like Goldenrod and Mahogany started fighting very early on. And Goldenrod's not expanding because they're losing the war to Mahogany City, basically, is my assumption. Then we look at Azalea City is just obviously immense. Even if it's just a single line, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we know they have 11, I believe 12, right? That's just a single line, but there's no way it's just a spaghetti noodle down there. So Azalea City is huge, and that's scary. Olivine City is huge, and that's scary. Something of note, so we look over here, Viridian City, right, who we've been in a little bit of a communication to. This was Ivanmore was previously Olivine City's territory. I don't know if Viridian City and Olivine City came to an agreement and this was exchanged, or if Viridian City has just attacked Olivine City. Either way, that's pretty interesting information. I think that's pretty much it for the turn. Kind of a tame turn. Oh, no, let's talk about research, because our little mishap has actually led me to reanalyze what I want to do with our research. So I've come to the realization that between our madness and the fact that we just don't have that much money, it is going to be difficult for us to site search effectively. So I think, at least in the case of death and probably astral, maybe not astral because we might have our god go do some site searching here in a little bit. But at least in the case of death, which is where we're starting, we're going to try to get dark knowledge. Now, this is not useless if all we're doing is going for dark knowledge. We also get banes and whites going here, which we can make good use of. And later on, we're definitely going to want to run Conjuration because we want Well of Misery and we want Tartarian Gate. So this progress is actually going to be good progress for us. It's just not what I was expecting to do initially. I think, though, getting Dark Knowledge up and running is going to give us the best bang for our buck, because I don't think we're going to be able to site search very well. Unless we use our god, and right now our god is way more efficient for us as far as a researcher and a caster and a forger, basically everything but site searching. And then after that, we're considering, this might change, but we're considering going down Evocation for Arcane Probing, just to try to get, because the other thing about our late game is we have an Astral 9 Mage, so getting into Astral and actually getting a decent income could be very, 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 very lucrative for us if we hit the end game. So we're potentially looking at that. And why am I doing that? Well, because so far I haven't seen anything that I'm super concerned about from Cyanwood City, and I'm not getting attacked from anybody else. So these are greedy research goals, right? Researching for the express purpose of hitting site searching spells is incredibly greedy. However, we do get some other options, right? Or we are getting other benefits from it. So specifically in Evocation, going up to 3, which is what we need for Arcane Probing, Evocation gets us Shadow Bolt. And Shadow Bolt is actually a pretty good spell. It's not as good as Shadow Blast, right? But Shadow Bolt is actually a pretty good spell. So, an option. And for Conjuration, right, like I said, we get Whites and Banes, potentially. We get Crystal Haunter assassinations, and we're closer to Crystal Gengar assassinations, which actually are better in every single way, right? They only take one more path requirement to cast, and they're cheaper, and it's a better unit. So I think the only thing different is that it has a lower range, right? This has a 2 range, whereas I think the Haunter has a 3 range, yeah. And then the Mischievous has a 4 range, but the Mischievous, in my opinion, is actually weaker than the Crystal Haunter or the... I think. I'm not sure. I haven't really done a whole lot of testing. It's just the Mischievous is kind of fragile, but it has Psybeam. So I guess in theory, you could Psybeam something down. But I think the Crystal Gengar is probably the best one. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of what's going on at the moment. We should send someone. Pinging, sneaking, recruiting another there. We're recruiting a Great Medium here in Wesh, right? And the purpose being is Great Medium captures Gengars every month. So we would like Great Mediums instead of Mediums in all of our locations, but they're kind of pricey, so we're probably going to have to mix and match here or there. Alright, I think that's going to be it for the turn. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.